Okay, so beautiful day today. It always is beautiful, but all right. And so what I want you to do is just right off the bat, just test the balance. We've been talking, you might have just woken up, maybe your mind's scrambled. And just notice what your focus is right away in your balance. So just lifting each leg to test. And then go ahead and let the feet come to a standstill. Feel how the weight is distributed against your feet, the feet to the floor. I have my eyes open because I'm going to have you walk in just a second here. So just feel how is the weight there on your feet. Close your eyes because that does sometimes help you tune into really what's going on there. Okay. So open your eyes and then just walk around. So I just want you to feel how the weight is happening through your feet. And just notice if your upper body feels loose or not. And I don't know if that's enough of a test, but you get the gist of it. And then come back to a standstill. Let your feet settle where they want to be. And then standing up nice and tall, close your eyes or keep your eyes gently open. And just bring in some oxygen through the nose if that's possible. Nice big round breath and fill out those lungs and then exhale through the mouth or nose. And right off the bat, as you do this, I want you to just let your mind, whatever thoughts are flying around in there, just let them go in one ear, out the other, in one brain cell, out the other. And as you breathe in and out, push down through the floor, through your feet. You don't have to do like a Herculean effort, just press down with a little bit of awareness there or a lot, and exhale. Just feel how really the skin in your body presses outward, down. What does it feel like? What tensions do you feel? I haven't really taken the time to focus in on this a lot, but what I want you to do is as you breathe, imagine that breath coming in and literally imagine what your cells look like. It doesn't have to be out of a textbook. Just imagine whatever it is to you, that oxygen, all that nutrients are getting into every cell of your body. So you might start at your head and just pull that oxygen in and carbon dioxide out, and just imagine whatever creative model you want to use. Could be crazy. You don't have to explain it. You're just going to feel it or imagine it. Whatever comes to you. Right down through the entire body. Through your feet. And then just relax whatever tension you might feel in your face. And nice. And then gently open the eyes. Go ahead and do the hangover test. Right, you're hanging from the hip joints. And of course, if that doesn't feel like a safe idea, that's your test. Don't force it. And then come up into standing and then bring your arms out in front of you and then just rotate the arms up and over your head as far as the elbows will stay straight. So you might stop somewhere, 3/4 of the way up. It doesn't matter. Respect your shoulder joints. The other thing is if the shoulder is bothering you or your back, your lower back, open the arms out a little bit wider. I am facing my palms towards each other, and I'm going to keep my eyes on the horizon. Instead of looking up just for a moment, reach up and out, whatever, however far you can reach. Nice deep breath in. And then just notice what it looks or it feels like to look up. Okay. And then back to on the horizon. turn the palms outward and then bring your arms down by your side, and then feet are straight, squeeze and release your glutes. So squeeze and release your glutes, squeeze and release your glutes. So if that's hard to do, you are going to turn your feet out. Let me just turn the camera down a little bit here. Okay. The goal is that you get your feet straight, okay? If you can, squeeze and release. Okay, take a step forward on that right foot, okay? And squeeze and release the glutes again. So squeeze and release. So I'm gonna do stabilizers for the hips and legs right off the bat. So stabilizing the pelvis, I called it the hips. That's accurate, but let's be more global. The more we start stabilizing there, and then the spine, the more your legs and arms feel like they can move properly. Okay, so step back, so your feet are parallel, and then step forward on the other foot. Okay, and then the glutes again. Standing nice and tall through your spine. Squeeze and release. And your back glute will probably, it just is going to feel different. You might feel the glute in the back more, but definitely both. Okay, now just stay right there for a moment. You're relaxing your glutes, and turn your head left and then right. And notice whatever tensions or ability you have to turn left to right. Come back, step back on that foot, step forward on the other foot, and let's do the same thing. And just notice as you turn left to right, is it easier with one foot in front of the other to turn one way or both ways? Okay, step back, take the block. The block's going to go between the thighs. Feet are straight, standing up nice and tall. Squeeze and release that block. If your knee is tweaky in any way, turn your feet, accommodate this so that you're not, annoying your knee. So squeeze and release, straight in if you can. So if you look down and you notice, oh wow, my feet are all cattywampus, one foot's out, you're gonna be activating the muscles differently left to right. So we're just trying to be as balanced as possible. Squeezing and releasing. Let's go for 3 more, and then you're going to hold it. 2, 3, hold it. Now turn your head left to right, and notice if that changes anything. Okay, and then let's take the block out. You're going to take the strap up over both feet to above your knees, and then tighten it down so that there's, your legs are about hip width apart. Okay, so you might have to do a little micro adjustment or something like that. Okay, so feet are nice and flat on the floor, even, and then press outward and hold that. Okay, again, change the foot position a little bit if you need to. Okay, so push and release as you keep your feet straight. So just press, release, press, release, press and release. Trying to go straight out to the side. Press, release. And standing up nice and tall. Just think of it, the more stability you have around the pelvis, legs, your whole body, the more confident you are, right, in life. It's very true. So if you're just slumped over all the time, one thing leads to the other. Let's just put it that way. So push out and release, press out, release, sending that work right up the side of the legs into the lower glutes. You might even feel it in the front of the thighs. Hopefully you feel something everywhere in the legs, pelvis. Push, release. Okay, now press out and hold it. I was working with somebody yesterday and they're very body aware, but there was one thing. So this tricep stretch, which we're about to do, I want to stress something. So what you're going to do is take your right hand on the shoulder And I'm stressing it because I've seen it in my live classes as well lately, a lot. So what you're doing is you want to, if you think about turning the arm out in the socket like this, can you see this? Yes? Okay. No, it's like weird on Zoom because, okay, so you're turning it, I'm turning it in the socket. I want to support my arm any way that you need to, so that the hand goes down the outside of the body, not through the spine. Okay, so I'm continuing pressure on my arm to turn it in the arm joint, okay, in the shoulder joint, so that I can reach down the outside of my back, not the inside. So I had somebody with pretty severe scoliosis yesterday. They weren't doing this one in this manner. So when their hand went to the center of their back, it would hurt their lower back. Simply turning the arm out, there was no pain. So I'm just stressing the idea of getting yourself in that alignment, right? And making these kind of connections, okay? Because those connections, your body and brain, your nervous system start to get the idea, because you're going, okay, I'm giving some consciousness to this. Okay, nice deep breaths, reaching down the outside. And you may not go back as far as I'm going. You don't have to. Again, respect the joint, okay? And now the other hand comes up. The elbow stays low. I'm pressing out on the strap. I'm going to guide the hand down the outside of my back or the shoulder blade. Okay, so I'm really emphasizing that, because really the big thing on this is we're getting the side body here under your armpit to and through the rib cage to be the part that moves. This is going to bring the shoulder blades back against the rib cage. So nice deep breaths, eyes are on the horizon, pressing out on the strap. Good, okay. Now bring the arm down. The strap is going to come off your knees. I'm going to grab my roller, or if you have a stick or whatever, and if you don't have any of that, then you're just going to listen to this one, this one, or do other exercises. So I'm going to turn sideways. I'm hooking my fingers over the edge. I'm not grabbing it like this. That's going to change it. It's not going to make it work as well. You want to be able to grab like that. So just hooking. Standing up straight. This other hand. So my right hand's the hook. In this case, my left hand's the pusher. Sounds like a drug deal. Okay. So reach, push that left hand into the right. My right arm, I'm holding on for dear life, so to speak, and I'm pressing with my left arm so that I get a pull through the front of the shoulder joint. Depending on your shoulder, you might have to have your arm down lower. I am just doing it straight out from the joint and not behind my joint, okay? Push out, a big kind of nice pull through the arm is happening here. Now, as long as I keep the pressure pushing, I can turn the palm up. Okay, I'm kind of unscrewing my arm. So I want to just keep pushing, give it some pressure. I am leaning sideways a little bit. That's fine to do. It's just getting into that arm socket. Now, our palm can be forward or up. And I'm just going to experiment. Hey, can I go up higher? I'm going to turn my back to you. So you can see, can I go up higher and get a nice pull down the side body or not? Okay, and then come back down. Okay, so that's just now let's just do the other side. Hopefully you guys can all do this. And I'm just going to reach for a moment. I'm just, that feels great. And this actually feels different left to right. Not just because it's my left arm and not my right. And then turn the palms up, palm up. If you can. So I'm going to kind of unscrew my arm, and then I'm going to experiment with, okay, can I come up? Oh yeah. I have a bigger pull down the left side of my body, because that's how it goes for me. Okay. So there is an opener. You guys that play golf, tennis, anything. Tennis racket actually is a perfect tool. Okay. Now, I want you to do this. You're going to pull your right foot up off the floor and grab underneath your knee. Okay. We're gonna do 10 ankle circles and 10 flexes. So big circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other way. 1, standing up really tall, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, point and flex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other leg. Grab it, stand up tall on that standing leg, big circle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, point and flex, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's great. So balance test right there. Okay, chest openers. Arm is going to go out to the side on the wall. However you need to adapt this, because I know there's a few of you that can't do it because of the wrist or the shoulder. Now I'm pressing my hand into the wall and rotating the arm in the socket. So this is it's a small motion. I am not trying to move my neck muscles doing this. Okay, make sure you're standing nice and tall sideways to the wall, or in my case, the wall bookcase. Okay, switch sides. Front to back. Good. It's also a good place, on each side to test how well your neck turns left to right. A little bit. Good, and then turn back the other way again. So we'll do another set. Front to back. And then again to the other side. Good. Okay, let's relax out of that. Elbow curls. So standing against a wall is actually an excellent way to do this one. So you're going to scrunch your knuckles, flat palms. My first and second knuckle go around my temple, and my elbows are going to land in front of my chest. So I'm literally, see if your brain can get this one. I am just rotating my knuckles over my temples like they're hinges. Okay, that way my wrist stays straight to the palm. Front to back. Front to back. Easy goes, this one. It's just like a set of shutters going back and forth. Your elbows are just swinging right in front of the chest. Okay, 2 more. 1, 2. Good. Okay, drop the arms, rotate the shoulders forward. 1, 2, 3. Arms are straight. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're going to work our way down to the floor and then all over. So we're going to go, I'm going to use a chair. You use a chair. It's best if the chair is, it keeps your body at 90 degrees. And you're going to take the strap, bring it around your, up over both feet to above your knees. And make sure it's about hip width apart. And I'm going to go right to the edge of the chair. I like a hard chair because I can feel my sits bones better. And I'm going to sit up really tall, okay? Eyes on the horizon, press out on the strap. And what I want you to do is hold that pressure on the strap. Okay, so you're pushing out, you're sitting up really tall. And then if you grab the side of your pelvis, where you can feel the bones, and rotate the pelvis forward a little bit, So your upper body goes up straight, okay? I am rotating forward, but I'm lengthening through the spine so that I'm not crushing any vertebrae. So press out on that strap the whole time. Now you should start to feel your glutes, okay? Or you should feel your glutes a lot. So press release on the strap, but don't release this forward roll. So push, release, push and release. Push, release. Press and release. So legs, side of the legs are working right up into the glutes. Okay. Press and release. Press out, hold it again. Bring your arms out in front of you, or some of you can interlace your hands, turn the palms out, or just hold the hands like this. Rotate your arms up again. Keep the pressure out on that strap. Okay. You can look up, whatever's comfortable on your neck. Just really respect the shoulder joints, of course. Pushing out on that strap. Good. Now bring the arms out to the side, scrunch the ends of those knuckles so you're in that golfer's grip or karate chop position, and then rotate the arms forward. So you're rotating, and your knuckles are kind of going around about the size of a grapefruit. Okay. The shoulder blades should feel like the muscles there are really stabilizing your arms and allowing your arms to move. Kind of the driving force, really. Keep the pressure on the strap. Good. Flip the palms up, go back up and over. Pushing through those knuckles. Shoulder blades are really, they're literally kind of scrubbing your back. Good. Okay, relax the arms down and then just take a break on the strap, kind of shake it out for a second. Okay, because we're going to go back to something here. So, okay, reposition, push out on the strap, roll the pelvis forward, sit up really tall. And then I want you to lift and lower your heels. So you're going to push out hard on the strap. And as you lift and lower your heels, you're just going to go lift, lower. Hoping you can see that. Lift, lower, lift, lower. Notice, what do you feel when you do this? First, make sure that you're lifting and you're going over the balls of your feet as equally as possible, and lift and lower. And this should actually start making your legs work more, not only the glutes, but through the quads and somewhat the hamstrings. For some of you, I think more than others. So lift, lower, lift and lower, lift, lower. Okay, one more, up, down. Good. Take the strap off. Let's take your, sitting on the edge still, your right ankle on your left knee. Make sure your left foot stays in line with your knee and your hip joint. Sit up tall. Don't use your hand to push your knee down. Just push the knee down with your hip muscles. Okay, so you're pressing down, sitting up really tall. Nice deep breaths. Excuse me. Press, press. And then let's go to the other side. So make sure that other foot's right under your hip joint, in line with the knee. Sit up tall, press that knee down. Feel whatever tightness is going on in the hips or ease, difference. So really pressing down. So notice how that feels. Okay, good. Relax out of that. So now, again, on the edge of the seat, sit up tall, roll the pelvis forward. Now your left heel is going to come off the floor. So you got a high heel on. Your right leg is completely heavy. You're going to lift and lower that knee only up to 3 inches. So not much at all. So you're lifting and lowering. And what you're trying to do here is feel the quad kick in. Okay, if I slump and I do this, I could do it all day. Rolling the pelvis forward activates your quad and deeper hip flexors more. Okay, so I lift lower and really, and pretty quickly, it should feel like it burns. Does it? Okay, relax out of that. Now my right heel is up off the floor. So I got a high heel going on this side. I'm gonna hold that. My left foot is just relaxed. I'm not pointing the toe, nothing. I'm just lifting and lowering that foot and keeping the right angle of the knee to the thigh. Remember, rolling the pelvis forward, keep that sitting up tall position, lift lower, only as high as about 3 inches, no higher, and get that quad to work. Or else, no, kidding. Lifting and lowering. Okay, should be burning, I'm hoping. I'm not counting, just get an idea. Now, oftentimes I'll do that 2 or 3 times, but today I'm gonna have you go down on your stomach and we're gonna do hand leg opposite glides, okay? To start with, so what that looks like is, okay, boink, all right, this. All right, so here we go. Your arms are, depending on the shoulders, of course, wide or straight up over the shoulder joints. My forehead's gonna rest on the ground. Lengthen your body, just kind of rock back and forth. Reach the left hand, keeping the left hand and arm on the floor, away from that shoulder joint, and the opposite leg, my right leg in this case. I press both the arm and foot into the floor, so I'm not lifting them. Now just hold that to feel a stretch wherever it might show up. And then release, and then reach the right arm and the left leg, or whatever side you're doing, opposite of each other. Hold it, press down, and then switch. And switch again. And switch. And switch. Switch again. Switch. And one more on each side. So reach, push, down, release, reach, push down, release, release. Okay, floor block. So you can do the low blocks or the high blocks or no blocks. But just for the heck of it, I'll use the yoga size block today. 1 minute each position. So the first position is just a wee bit wider than shoulder width. And you're gonna do the grip on ends of your fingers, okay? So that golfer's grip or karate chop position. I just have my hand and part of my wrist on the blocks, forehead's on the ground. And of course, if your arms are on the floor, they're just on the floor. So rotate out from the shoulder joints and hold the rotation out. Relax your bum, relax the heels out. If you need to squiggle yourself longer during the exercise, do it, because changes are a good thing. They might not always feel like they're great, but they're inevitable. So I'm pressing down towards the ground when I do this, so I can feel the connection through my arms and my shoulders and my upper back. Nice deep breaths. Okay, pull your arms or arms and blocks out to about a Y position. Engage those fingers, flatten the palms out. Reason for that is that the more connection you have between each joint and your fingers count. Okay, so I've scrunched the ends of my knuckles, the palms. I'm learning, you teach yourself to make the palms flat. Excellent way to help your hands, the health of your hands. Okay, right through the wrists, the elbows, the shoulder joint, and now I'm going to pull the shoulder blades back and down. I'm going to give a little extra effort to it, but I don't want to do it so much that I look like I'm shrugging my shoulders. It's really that you're pressing your arms down and you're pulling your shoulder blades together. Just a little bit, you're activating. Lengthen the body for sure. And now come out to a T position. Okay, make sure you don't go below your shoulder joints, okay? right out, maybe a tad above them. Above means towards your head. Tuck your chin, roll the arms back. Activate those shoulder blades. Lengthen the body. Nice deep breaths. Almost there. Okay, relax out of that. Now, you can bring your hands under your forehead, bend both knees, flex the ankles, and then windshield wiper back and forth with your legs. And, make sure if your back's feeling a little wackadoodle, do it with control. Pretty much a good idea to do it with control most of the time. Sometimes it's nice to go out of control, but so you're rotating left to right, left to right. Now bring your knees wider and do the same thing. So now your big, huge truck windshield wipers. Back and forth. Good. Okay. Legs are wide. Let the legs go straight. Okay, I'm gonna go like this so you can see better. I'm gonna come up on my elbows and kind of do that, what I described on Monday, as you drop your chest and rotate the forearms out. So I can feel my shoulder blades, but I'm low, my chest dropping towards the floor. Curl the toes under and then just stretch your feet out, like really get a nice big stretch for the toes. Hopefully you can do this to some extent. If the toe is really bothering you, maybe you're not. You're just gonna like tighten and release your legs with your feet flat. Okay, curl the toes under again and just stretch the feet out. So you're pushing your toes along the floor, opening up everything. Good, and you can kind of wiggle left to right. You'll feel your pelvis actually move away from your shoulders. Okay, good. Now, forehead's gonna come down on the hands. Bend both knees. Your knees are already wide, so now the soles of the feet go together. Reverse frog presses, press the feet together and then release. So you're going to press and release, press, release, press, release. So your legs activate and then the glutes do. Okay, not the other way around. So sometimes I say that and people start just squeezing their glutes and their feet fall apart. So push, release the feet to make the legs and glutes work. That's it. Press and release. Press, release, press, release. Okay, let's take your right leg out to the side. Commando crawl stretch. Act like somebody's coming along, pulling the knee away from the hip joint. Press your, tuck your bum on that side and a tuck and press the knee and ankle into the floor. And you should feel a big kind of nice pull in the groin. Bring that leg down. Let's go to the other side. So you're going to reach that knee away from out to the side, your hip joint, tuck your bum, press the knee and ankle into the floor. Good. Let's do it again on the other side. Push, reach. And then that comes down and now the other side. Push, reach. Good. Okay, let's come up on your hands and knees. So arms are a little bit wider than shoulder width. You have a nice length between your knees and your arms. Okay, so you really want to represent the length of your back. Maybe make it a little longer if you think if it's too long, because most people underestimate the length of their torso. Okay, so you're going to go up and down. moving the shoulder blades away from each other when you go up into that Halloween cat or raccoon, and then the shoulder blades pull together, arms stay straight, okay? Just really activate that mid back. So the degree to which you can move the shoulder blades, the upper back, is how much you're gonna look up or even let your lower back arch. So as I come down, the shoulder blades first, and then it's kind of natural how much my lower back arches and how much my head can look up. And I really don't stress the part about arching your low back nor looking up, because people usually overdo that part and way underdo the upper part. Okay, so come to a standstill here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, reach the right leg back. So I'm keeping the toes on the ground. The ankle is flexed. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Don't let that go. Lift your leg with your glute. Keep the front of your pelvis parallel to the floor. And then the right arm is going to punch forward, but squeeze that standing arm shoulder blade kind of down. Now just hold that. Hold until you feel an activation really through the lower abdominals, transverse, and through the whole front of your abs, really. Okay, switch, bring the arm and leg down. Reach the leg back first. Flex the ankle, keep the toes on the floor, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift that leg with your glute. Okay, punch the other arm forward. Okay, so front of the pelvis is staying right there, facing the ground equally. And now switch and take your time. You're going to reach the leg back, activate the whole leg, squeeze the shoulder blade on the standing arm, and switch. And switch. So the idea is you don't want to throw your leg up above your glute, because now you're just squanching your lower back. Squanching is definitely a switch, by the way. Squanching is definitely a medical term in my world. I've actually used it with orthopedic surgeons, and they're like, yeah, because it just sounds right. Okay, so reach your arms up over your head wide, forehead's on the ground. Pull the chest towards the knees. And then go ahead and we'll come up into that cat and dog position. But now, for those of you that can do this, let's go into a pigeon. If it's hard to do or it's hard on your knee, sit on a block. Okay, so you can put the block right under your bum, boink. And you'll notice, like when I do this, I do not put my leg way out here, because I would be injuring my knee. I am not hypermobile. And so you can go down as far as you want, or if you need to stay up here, or you need to do an entirely different exercise, do not force something that feels terrible. I just realized you could also sit on the roller. Anything to prop the bum up a little bit. Okay, let's switch legs. Wink. I always say, never force anything. There's way too many exercises to do to force something. Okay, good. All right, so now, instead of doing, I'm going to give you a couple of ideas and kind of choices here. So often I do the core abs like so, or off your knees. So you can do it either of those ways, but I am going to do a full push-up position today with the same idea. So I'm just going to show you real quick. Again, I have my arms just a little bit wider than shoulder width, because then I can activate my shoulders better. I am going to push my shoulder blades together, but notice I am not letting my pelvis drop. My thighs automatically tighten. I mean, tighten the thighs if your legs are straight. I suggest learning to do this one. If this one's hard for you, you could do it on your knees, but it's not the same in the full push-up core position, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So I'm pressing my shoulder blades together, but I'm not letting my belly in front of my pelvis drop. My thighs are tight. So again, you're going to do what works for you. And I am going to time this. Okay. So here we are in the push-up position, or whichever one you're doing. In any of them, again, you're not dropping the pelvis very much. It's the shoulder blades can activate. Now lift one foot up off the floor. Of course, if your knees are bent, you're not going to do that. And then the other, put that back, lift up the other one. And then back down, up with one, keep the legs straight, and then the other one. Good. Now bring the legs wide, still staying in that position. Lift one arm up. Then the other arm, obviously put the other one down first. And then lift a leg and an arm. Whoa. So hand leg opposite lifts in a push-up position. Okay, relax out of that. We'll experiment there. A little strengthening. Okay, go into a full child's pose. Just sitting on your knees if you can. If this is hard to do, you can sit on a block in any of these directions, right? You could actually sit up on the block and do it that way. If it doesn't feel good on your back, skip it. Just bring my arms back. Nice deep breaths. Okay, let's, excuse me, let's go over on your back. Take the block between your knees or thighs. Okay, squeeze and release that block. Squeeze and release. Arms are out to the side, palms up. Squeeze and release. Squeeze, release. Excuse me. So when you squeeze, release the block, it's all activating the inner thighs and through to the pelvis without rocking your pelvis back and forth, because no ab work here. Okay, legs to stabilize the pelvis. Okay, squeeze the block, hold it, come up into a bridge, hold the bridge, squeeze and release the block while you hold the bridge. Squeeze and release, squeeze and release. Squeeze, release. Good, come back down, take the block out, come up into the full bridge again, standing on the left foot, toes are all on the ground, kick the right leg out, keep the right leg parallel to the bent left knee. So you're pushing through that standing foot. Now switch, kick out the other one, flex the ankle, switch, pushing up through the standing foot, switch. So it's like a can in a full bridge. Switch and switch, switch. One more on each side. That's it. Come back down, bring the block back between your knees or thighs. Bring your feet off the floor into a full tabletop. Flex the ankles, lower legs are parallel to the floor, and then rotate left to right with control. So arms are out to the side, palms up. You're just rotating left to right. Cross the back of your pelvis. Abdominal warm up here. Left to right. Full control. Okay, come to a tabletop again, and then go ahead and circle around on the back of your pelvis. I think of this as more of an oval, but the top of your circle isn't much higher than your belly button. Okay, so as you rotate around, kind of left to right and down, and then up a little bit. You're gonna feel your abdominals. Okay, go the other direction. Okay, good. Feet come on the floor. Keep the pressure on the block. Interlace your hands under your head. We're going to go to 40 crunches, slow. So when you come up, I want you to, first of all, tuck your thumbs under your occiput or your skull and open up the skull to the spine. Look back behind you. So you feel an opening there. Elbows stay back, straight up to the ceiling. 1, 2. So that's the speed. 3. Elbows stay back. 4, 5. Squeeze the block. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Feel this in your abs. 1, 2, 3, 4, squeeze the block. 5, 6, you can lift and lower your feet if you want. 7, 8, just a little bit. 9, as long as it doesn't bother your back. There's 30, 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, squeeze the block. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lengthening the neck. 1, that's 40. Bring your feet into tabletop. Squeeze the block. Straight up and down. 10 more. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, squeeze the block. 2, 1. Okay, bring the feet down on the floor. Lengthen your spine. Left to right, so diagonal. Keep the elbows back. Okay, neck is, lengthen the neck. Think of each abdominal move as a lengthening of the spine. So left to right, there's 1. The elbows stay back, equal to your ears. There's a right, there's 2. Left, right, 3. Left, right, 4. Left, right, 5. Left, right, 6. Left, right, 7. Left, right, 8. Left, right, 9. Left, right, 10. All happening from lower down, abdominals. Left, right, 12. Left, right, there's 13. Left, right, 14. Left, right, 15. Left, right, 16. Left, right, 17. Left, right, 18. Left, right, 19. Left, right, 20. Good. Okay. Take the block out and then come up into a seated position. Grab your knees and just hold that balance on your back of your sacrum or back of your pelvis. And then you're gonna slowly let go of your arms, kick your legs out so you feel control, no pain in the low back, okay? And then come back in. So you're gonna go out and in. Keep the upper body really tall. Okay, so I almost think of like you're playing an accordion. It pulls out, squeeze your shoulder blades together, out, and in. I suppose when you play an accordion, you don't pull your shoulder blades together. I happen to know that because my dad was a very accomplished accordion player. Seriously, a musician. Out and in, out and in. You can even get fancy, bring the legs out, come in, right? Out, spread them out, come in. So you kick out, pull them out, pull them back in, and then pull the knees in towards you. Out, feet come apart, feet come together, pull the knees in. Okay, relax out of that. Make sure you get some twists in because we're getting short on time. Okay, onto your back, right ankle on the left knee. Go ahead into a hip crossover. So I'm just going to do these quickly, but generally we do them for a minute. So I'm twisting left, looking right. You can snow angel your arms up just to get a nice stretch. Just feel that. And then bring the arms back down and out to the side. So I'm just feeling the length through the spine, openness in the front of that hip joint. My foot, my right foot especially, is flat on the floor. Some of you might be super flexible, so you're tempted to take your foot off and get a bigger pull. Try not to do that because I want you to keep the femur in the joint, okay? Not just about stretching. Okay, twist back up. Feet are hip width apart, cross the left ankle on the right knee, push that left knee away. Make sure the ankle bone's all the way on the other side of the thigh. Twist over, keeping the right foot right under your hip joint. So that means you're just going to the side of your ankle when you turn. Looking left, twisting right, pushing that knee open. You can snow angel your arms up. That feels good. Notice which side might feel tighter. Nice deep breaths. Twist up. Okay, so some of you are going to probably want to not do this crocodile, but I really want you to feel like it's getting easier and easier. So flex the ankles, arms go out to the side, this time palms down. Tighten the thighs, really tighten. Put the right heel gently on the left toes. Your thighs are tight, so it's not crushing your toes. Push through the heels, thighs are tight again. Twist that right hip off the floor, look to the right. So I'm just a unit. It's like I'm just a human corkscrew, and I'm keeping everything connected. So this should feel effortless. And it often doesn't at first because the coordination of everything connecting together needs to come into play. So I'm just going to do a quick one. Some of you could do an upper spinal floor twist and then come out of that, just so you get this 1 minute each side generally. Now my left heel is going to go on my right toes. I'm going to twist my left butt cheek off the ground and keep the thighs really tight. Looking to the left. Palms are down. So if we had more time, what I'd do after this is a sitting floor twist. But I'm gonna, okay, come out of that. What we're gonna do is just move into the good old air bench. Okay. So, or sitting knee pillow squeezes or standing or whatever you need to adapt for this one. But I encourage you to do it. I have people that don't have any cartilage in their knee and they do this. Okay. So it means that they're not going to go all the way down into that right angle. Okay. They might just go a little ways down. Okay. All right. Weights in the heels, lower back's flat to the wall, pressing in. Pressing the back in there. Nice deep breaths. There's a minute. Sometimes you put a pillow between your knees or a strap at your knees. You can do it that way too. Okay, I have to find what least, hopefully one quick joke. There's one I don't even get. Okay, this is dumb. What kind of shoes do kidnappers wear? White Vans. Okay, that's really bad. These are really bad kid jokes. Okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna say those. They're so bad. Okay, come on out of that. I couldn't do it quick enough. Now, first, test your balance. Okay. Just realized this is being recorded too, so that's really bad. At least I could have had a good joke. Okay, just test it, see if that feels better. Walk around and notice if anything has changed for you with that. Okay. And then you do the hangover test. And how about that? So have a wonderful day, evening, whatever it is.